Good day everyone, I am Adaya and the topic I will discuss is the time value of money. So, the value of a sum of money left on deposit after any period of time may be calculated using the equation. So, this equation is uh, compound interest. So, if ma-recall na to sa atong engineering economics. So, kaning formula is compound interest. So, compound interest is the addition of interest to the principal sum of loan or deposit. So, in other words, interest on interest. So, it is result of reinvesting interest rather than paying it out. So, that interest in the next period is then earned on the principal sum plus previously accumulated interest. So, if, example, sa present, ibutang kag, uh, recall lang ta. So, for example, sa present, ibutang kag 100 pesos. So, tapos, na interest na 5% yearly. So, sa year 1, so, ang imuhang kwarta nandere, so, 5% man, no? So, may mo ng 105%. So, sa second year, so ang katong 105 na nimo nga future nga value, so 5% na sad atong 105 which is mahimo ng 110. So and so on hangtod sa end year nga imong kuan ipatulog imong kwarta. So ina na ang kuan kanang compound siya ba mo ng compound interest. So kaning nga formula is I mean kaning nga formula is for yearly lang ni siya nga formula. So pag mayroon kag quarterly, so dili na ni siya magamit. So kanina, so ang P dire same lang gyapon, present value. So ang R dire kay mo na ni siyang I dire. Tapos ang N dire is the number of times interest applied per time period. So mo to siyang yearly, monthly, quarterly, or daily. So, yung tag yearly, so may mo siyang 1. So, ang kansan may mong 1. So, mao na siya mahimong inani nga formula. So, if kanila akong example kay mao ni pud ang nasa sim. So, yearly. So, for example, if you deposit $7,000 in a certificate of deposit for 5 years, 5 years earning annually. So, annually. So, kanina formula ang So, how much uh, will you accumulate by the end of the period? So, sa direct substitution na lang. So, present value 7,000 kani. So, 1 plus I which is 5% and raised to 5 which is kaning number of period. So, 5 years. So, we get $8,934. So, mo na siya ay imong future value for 5 years sa imong deposit nga 7,000. So, that's all for compound interest. So, next is uh, equipment cost. So, equipment owning and operating costs are frequently referred to as O&O cost, which is owning and operating, O&O. So, as the name implies, are composed of owning costs and operating costs. So, owning costs are fixed costs that are incurred each year whether the equipment is operated or not. So, operating costs, however, are incurred only when the equipment is used. So, so sa owning costs are made up of the following principal elements. So, first is depreciation, next investment or interest cost, insurance cost, taxes, and storage cost. So the depreciation represents the decline in the market value of an item of equipment due to age, where deterioration and obsolescence. In the accounting for equipment costs, however, depreciation is used for two separate purposes. So first is evaluating tax liability, and the other is determining the depreciation component of the hourly equipment cost. So in calculating depreciation, the initial cost of an item of equipment should be the full delivered price, including transportation, taxes, and initial assembly and servicing. For rubber tire equipment, the value of tires should be subtracted from the amount to be depreciated because tire cost will be computed separately as an element of operating cost. So equipment salvage should be estimated as realistically as possible based on historical data. So example ani is ang uh, straight line method sa katong sa depreciation. So straight line method of depreciation produce a uniform depreciation of each year of equipment life. So on the word uniform, so ang pag-depreciate niya is uniform. So kanang uh, uh, yearly, for example, ay niya lang mag-example lang tayo niya. So ang pag-depreciate niya yearly is uh, uniform. So ang formula ni is depreciation cost is cost minus salvage value all over n, which is ang n is equipment life years. So example ani is a machine an life of has an estimated life of 5 years, costing $50,000, and has a residual scrap value, or mo ni siya ang katong kaning salvage value. So ang value it is $10,000 at the end of its life. So calculate annual depreciation charge under original cost method. So ang formula ani is katong cost minus salvage value. So ang original cost is $50,000, so minus uh, salvage value or kaning scrap value all over 5 years, which is kaning 5 years. So we get 8,000 per year. So if if 1 year lang ang 1 year pa lang nagamit, so mag-depreciate siya og 8,000. So if 2 years na naman nagamit, so times 2 ani. So mo to inato lang pagkuan sa straight line method. So next is sum of the years digit method. So the sum of the years digit method of depreciation produces a non-uniform depreciation. So kung itong kaganiha is uniform yung pag-depreciate. So every year 8K lang yun ang kuan ana. Kani kay non-uniform. So depreciation which is the highest in the first year of life and gradually decreases thereafter. So the amount to be depreciated is the same as that used in the straight line method. So same has magkakuan lang sila. So kanilang kay non-uniform tapos dako ang sa first year. So ang formula is amount to be depreciated times year digit over sum of the digit. So uh, additional, so the depreciation of a particular year is calculated by multiplying the amount to be depreciated by depreciation factor. So the denominator of the depreciation factor is the sum of the year's digit for the depreciation period. So ang kani sum of the year's digit, for example 5 years. So uh, uh, mao siya n factorial. So 5 years na no. So 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So equivalent to equal to 15. And the numerator of the depreciation factor is simply particular year digit taken in inverse order. So uh, if you have 5 years, so 5 lang pwede mo ang numerator. So let's have an example. So ang example ani kay ang cost ang I mean ang amount to be depreciated is kanay cost minus salvage value. So ang cost ani is 10,000, for example 10,000 $10,000. So minus salvage value na 1,000 times ang katong uh, depreciation factor, which is ang numerator ato is uh, kung pila to imong year, and ang denominator is the katong n factorial sa imong years. So for example kani 4 years, 4 years ang life, then 4 na po imong numerator. So ang sa denominator is 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, so equals 10. So 4 over 10. So the 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 answer is $3,600. So kung sa year 1 depreciation, ang mag-depreciate siya og $3,600. So that's all for my report. So napana siya sampay if i-continue na sa next reporter. So that's all for my report.